Contrary to popular belief, ego is not the enemy. You see, ego actually just means identity, and it actually has some good intentions. So the ego was created to protect you and keep you safe from three things: discomfort, trauma, risk of death. Whether it be an embarrassing moment, fear, or even just hard work, an ego can be created. Same goes for abuse, some kind of trauma, an influential experience like a loved one's passing, and other types of trauma that I actually can't think of right now. This can also create an ego. And last but not least, we have the risk of death, which is any situation that has a risk of death. An ego will be created. So yes, the ego is just there to protect you. And fundamentally, the ego is designed to make it easy for you to identify with something. Whether it be your favorite food, your favorite color, your character, and even your personality. For example, you like the color blue because you just always liked it growing up. Maybe you're a boxer, you're an introvert, you're a quiet guy, you're a handsome guy, you're a confident guy, charismatic. The truth is, all of these traits are ego. The reason you associate and have opinions on anything is because of the ego. But you don't know this because it operates in the subconscious. It hides itself and it hides its true nature because that's what it's designed to do. It's just designed to keep you away from discomfort, trauma, and risk of death. It's literally protecting you from whatever it deems is dangerous. And it's this act of running away, fighting, and even trying to survive from these dangers is the reason why the ego has a bad rep. It's a false identity. For example, as a baby, you were bullied by your parents for some reason. You were always called a loser. You were always called a loser by your mom and dad. And as you grow up to kindergarten, all the other kids saw you as a loser and they called you a loser in front of everyone else, in front of all the teachers, and the teachers started calling you a loser. And this experience as a whole creates discomfort, obviously, right? No one wants to be called a loser, especially a child. And this repeated experience creates an ego, an identity, a false one, designed to protect you from the discomfort you feel when being called a loser. And it so happens that the ego fights fire with fire. Instead of embracing the force, it creates an equal and opposite force to fight it. So as you grow into a teenager or an adult, you may see yourself as a cool guy. You dress like a cool guy, or whatever your idea of a cool guy is. You also act like a cool guy. You also look like a cool guy, or you try to make yourself look like a cool guy. And everything you do revolves around just trying to be the coolest guy in the room. And it gets to a point where you do too much. Like every interaction you have as an adult or as a teenager is always just trying to prove yourself, trying to prove that you're a cool guy. You're overcompensating. And this is why the ego is seen as a negative thing. It's a false identity. You're putting on a mask to prove yourself that you're not this person that everyone used to think you were. Every day is a battle and a struggle, and it's draining because you're always trying to prove to everyone that you're this person, right? When in reality, you just haven't healed your traumas, you haven't embraced it. The ego helps you run, the ego helps you cope, the ego helps you fight, but that's not the way. You need to be operating from the true self. The way is to embrace. See, in order to become the best version of yourself, not the ego, you need to stop being in denial and embrace your fears. Do things because you genuinely want to. Do it out of inspiration, not desperation. Don't become the person that pleases the crowd or pleases that inner child, that inner wounded child. You need to become the person that pleases your soul, your own. And believe it or not, we can actually use the ego to get there, to get to the best version of ourselves by taming it. See, the first step is to exit out of this false identity, the ego. Are you really a boxer because you love the art of boxing and you're actually passionate about it? Or is it because as a child you were always abused physically by other people? Are you actually a biker because you were born to become a biker, to become a racer, or to just become a guy that loves riding bikes? Or is it because you were always bullied and tormented for years by your childhood friends for not riding a bike? And why do you consider yourself a YouTuber? Are you actually making content for the love of content out of inspiration? Or did you grow up with the pain of having no friends, so you try to crave that validation and that fame by creating content, hoping that you can satiate that pain and trauma that you feel from your childhood? You need to keep asking why. Dig deeper, and it will slowly enable you to escape the grasp of the ego. Why do I love cooking? Why do I love making content? Why do I love doing this? Why do I do that? Do this, that? You'll slowly start to find out the truth when you keep asking why. Most people live their whole lives in survival mode, not knowing that they've been living false identity, only to realize in their 80s, 70s, 60s, when they're on their deathbed, They finally realize they wasted their whole life trying to play a character. How sad is that? I don't want that for you. So keep asking why. Once you silence the noise and you become one with your true self, you'll see the ego separate from you. This is you, consciousness. And when you operate from you, your true self, you can actually tell the ego what to do. And that is step 2. And that's when you can create the identity of the best version of yourself. The version of you that has no regrets and wastes no time. And the version of you so rich in fulfillment. And this identity that you create, which is the best version of yourself, has to be the new standard. And knowing that the ego creates identities to keep you safe, you need to communicate directly to the ego as the true self and tell it that if I am anyone but this perfect identity right here, then I am not safe. And when you do that correctly, the ego should be working with you to help you become the best version of yourself as opposed to running away from your fears and trauma. And this makes change in life overall easy, which is how it should be. So yes, ego is not the enemy if you know how to tame it. But if it's still all too confusing for you, just click the first link in the description below and it'll take you to a video where I show you how to change fast and easy with my personal help. And yes, I am selling something, so if you're not serious about change and if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then you don't need to click the first. But if you want to surround yourself with like-minded people on the same journey to change, click the second link in the description and join my free community where you can talk to me directly, okay? Anyways, thank you for watching till the end. I love you guys, and bye-bye.